Greetings, greetings. Welcome, welcome. Grand rising. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on what time of the day it is for you. I welcome each and every one of you. All right? I want to encourage everyone to kindly share the live. Whichever of the platforms you're on, please share the live. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Connect with me on Instagram, Facebook, Greetings Queen, Twitter, my website, and everything. And again, as I just said over there, without going into any details, any one of the platforms that you're on, and if you feel that you are not getting any value from my content, you really don't need my permission to leave. You can leave because there are hundreds, if not thousands, of creators on all of the platforms. I am here to serve and to add value. And I do my best to do that every day. So if I'm not for you, which I know I am not for everybody, just find somebody that is for you and stick with that person. And make sure when you go, you add some value where you go. And the value is not about gossiping and backbiting. Take some good value. All right? Now, I am Dr. Daphne Clarke-Hudson. I am your Why and Soul Purpose coach, consultant, and mentor. My intention is to work with the individuals that come my way to help them tap into their success manual so that they can live their best life. To help you tap into that place that you are leaving. For those of you who are confused about why you are created and why you were born, that's the conversation I can have with you to help you to identify exactly what's your purpose and your calling. All right? So this morning, it's going to be light. We are going to be talking about maintaining our best energy, not your spiritual energy, although that is important. Hey, Sophia, your best nutritional energy. And that's what we are going to be talking about. So I am going back and forth. I have moderators. Be sure to connect with each other so you can add value. Keep it positive. And again, I just need to tell folks, if this is not the place for you, please leave. Please leave. Again, I'm not for everybody. Just like we're going to talk about what we eat. Just like how every food is not for our system. I am not for everybody either. So, again, I tell you, I have a large number of supporters. And for those of you that's taking my name into other broadcasts to discuss who I am, what I do, and what I'm not doing, there is always somebody there that knows me, and I'm going to get that message back. It doesn't affect me in any way, but you are just holding yourselves back instead of opening up yourself to learn something. All right? So now let's talk about maintaining our best energy. Maintaining our best energy. There's a lot of buzz about the economy, inflation, what we can buy when we go to the grocery stores, and what we can't buy. So let's talk about how we are approaching this at this time of our life. Let's look on our nutritional input. What do you eat? And I know for some people, that's a challenging question for them to answer. They'll say, oh, what do you mean? I have my breakfast, I have my lunch, I have my dinner. Some people can't afford 3 meals, but they know the name of what they eat and the time they eat it, but they really don't know what they are really eating. So I want you're welcome to jot something in the chat. What are you eating? What do you eat? And the next question, why do you eat what you eat? There are some of us who get excited about that conversation. I tell you, one of my moderators, Queen Sonia, I enjoy talking to her about what she eats. Because you know what? That lady is so conscious about her intake. She puts value to what she feeds herself and her family. So, when I ask you what you eat, I want you to look at it. I remember growing up in Jamaica in a farming family. Can I tell you that it's not every day that we had meat or fish? On Mondays and Fridays were the days when the people would go to what they called fish side. They would go for hours. They would walk to go to White House and to buy fresh fish from the fishermen. So on those days, those of us whose family could afford to buy the fresh fish, not by the pound, but by the string, we were able to have that. And those who had animals, they would butcher and we have meat. But there again, the majority of the week, we were eating vegetables. We were eating callaloo. We were eating what we call bush cabbage. But it was over and over again. And there were days when there was no vegetables. And they would make something called coconut custard. If anybody from Jamaica is on here, they'll know what we're talking about. They would grate the coconut and they would juice it and they would cook the milk down. And it became a nice custard. And that's what they would serve the food with. That would be like the protein. And guess what? We ate that and we were healthy. We had access to fruits, fresh fruits and vegetables. Aki, avocado we call pear. And we would just get an avocado and we would just eat it. Or we would eat it with bulla. Bulla is a pastry that's made out of dough and flour. Dough and spice. Good morning. So, let's go back to basics. Let's look at the way we grew up. Yes, the things in the store now is more expensive, but let us be conscious about what we are spending our dollars or our pound or peso or euro on. Don't go for volume, go for value. Don't get stuck on the processed things. Stick to the fresh things. Listen, some people are saying they don't know how to cook. Listen, if you go on YouTube, you can learn how to make anything. Because it's damaging to our health when we ingest the things that's not adding nutritional value to us. Folks are getting high blood pressure. People are getting arthritis. And the list goes on and on about all the disease that people are getting just because we are not eating right. The other thing, when you talk about why you eat and what you eat, be receptive to trying raw foods. Raw foods. Spend the time research what the raw foods does for you. I grew up in Jamaica, if you didn't know. Gallstone inflammation. That's right. Acid reflux. That's right, Sophie. All of those things folks are getting. I grew up in Jamaica on something we call in Jamaica, we call it Irish moss. IRISMOSS. Now, 74 years later, I don't call it Irish moss anymore. I call it sea moss. And it is an integral part of my diet. I grew up seeing the island folks cook it. They put milk in it. They put nutmeg. And it becomes like a shake. That's how we grew up on it. And the men would do anything to get some Irish moss because what? There is the belief that it makes them virile. Fast forward 74 years later, I now make my own sea moss gel that I am eating raw. I'm no longer cooking it. Sophie says 97 vitamins. Listen, guys, do the work. It doesn't take a lot of money to eat right if you do the work. I'm going to say this. Stop picking up the what is it called? Bologna and salami. Leave it alone. There's so much sodium and everything in it. Leave that mess alone and invest in the things that will add years to your life. Get your collard greens. Get your mustard greens. Cook them. Our children will eat what we give them so long as they see us eating them. Learn how to make some hot cornmeal or oats cereal. A lot of the mess you're buying in the box is not healthy for anybody. Queen says raw carrots. Cucumbers. Oranges. Grapefruits. All of the fruits. I tell you, when I was in Connecticut, I would go to the Atlantic Fish Market. And that lady's always so happy when I come there. You know why? Because she knows she's getting ready to teach me a thing or two. I would go from section to section and I would ask her, what is this called? And she would tell me in her Japanese language, and she said, but I don't know what it is called in English. And I would grab my phone out and I would show her. I said, find it in your language and we'll translate it to English. And she would say, I don't know how to cook it. I said, you don't have to worry. Hey, Shade, good morning. You don't have to concern about the cooking. I'll figure that part out. I just need to know the value of it. She taught me how to make green papaya salad. Little did I know that green papaya salad, in all of the Asian culture, they use different seasoning. So she taught me to make about 3 different types of papaya salad from 3 different countries. So make sure, and mothers, don't get too lazy so that you're buying all of the processed things for your children. The kids are home now during the pandemic. They're not out as much as they used to. You need to give them things that will give them good energy. Get the kids in the kitchen with you and let them play in food. I'm going to say this without apology. Black people, majority of you don't want to get your kids in the kitchen. You need to expose them. Let them come and mix something and learn to prepare something. Just like you get the plastic containers and let them plant that tomato plant. Let me tell you, when that tomato bear, they're going to want it. Why? Because they planted it. Have the conversation. Stop saying your kids don't like Brussels sprout. They don't like it because you don't cook it. They don't like it because you don't want to eat it. What are you eating and why are you eating it? For those of you that just came on, we are talking about maintaining your best energy, not spiritually, nutritionally. What value are you putting on what you eat? There's always going to be a lot of cheap things on the shelf. Spend some time reading the labels. When you look for your honey, go for the one that says raw honey. It is right next to the cheap ones. But when you read the cheap ones, you see what's in there. You realize, no, that's going to let my kids bounce off the wall. I don't need that. Spend the time to read your labels. Spend the time to read your labels. Teach your family to read the labels as well. Now you're going to let them know we are going to approach food in a whole different manner. Because this is going to be new. They are not accustomed to seeing you do things this way. You got to tell them. Educate them. Why are we doing this way? You know, you heard on the news about the pandemic and everything that is going on. There's a lot of people that is dying. Listen, we want this family to be around for a long time. And that is why we are approaching what we eat differently. Take the kids to the store with you. Let them help to choose what you're buying. Stop leaving them at home or leaving them in the car. Let shopping time for food and preparation be a family activity. It's all about education. The other thing I want to talk about is our water consumption. Yes, we'll be doing the water therapy this morning. I tell you, one of my pet peeves are when I hear adults say, "Ooh, I can't drink water, it tastes bad." Have you ever heard that? They can't drink water, but guess what? They'll dump a whole pound of Kool-Aid in the water. And then they will put in 2 tons of white sugar in that water and gulp it down. Listen, it's time to re-educate ourselves. It's time to reassess the way we approach food. You always hear me use this phrase, eat to live, not live to eat. Eat to live means that everything that we digest is enhancing who we are and our lifespan. When we live to eat, we are eating all the garbage and all the junk that is not doing anything for us. Somebody say, I love sparkling water too. Water is very, very valuable to our health. Not only does it hydrate our body, but it has energy component in it. So ask yourselves the question, what am I eating and why am I eating it? I hope that when you go shopping today, I hope you'll hear my voice in the back of your heads every time you reach for something that is not going to be valuable to your best health and to your energy. I hope you will hear me in the back of your mind saying, put it back, put it back, put it back. Leave it alone. We need to go back to basics. We need to go back to basics. Listen, we can all learn from the African people, regardless of what continent they are from. We can all learn from them. You all notice that African people don't cook anybody else's food but their own? They cook the food they grew up on. Aldi, that's right. You have Aldi's in the UK? Listen, African folks, they make their fufu, they make everything just the way that they grew up on it. And guess what? They know the value that they got from that food. That's why they're so strong. Very rarely you see any of them breaking down with any of these diseases. They will go miles. They will go to a different state to go to an African market to get the food that they are accustomed to. Hey, welcome, welcome. And let me tell you, the African food is some good food. It tastes good. I don't know how to make it, but I've had a lot of friends who make their ethnic food, and it has great value in it. And they make it like it's a community thing. There is so much love in the food. And that's why I'm encouraging us that those who have a family, let preparing meal be a community activity, a family event. Infuse some laughter. Play some good music when you're making the food, so you're infusing the energy in it. Made fufu for the first time on Sunday and made it into the air fryer. Dumplings. It was lovely. Wow. That's what we're talking about. Why are we eating what we eat? What value are we getting out of that? Listen, I encourage each and every person on this live, whether you're here for the live or you're listening to replay, please, 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 I beg of you, and I don't beg often, but I'm begging you to revisit what you eat, because your life depends on it. We are inundated with a lot of viruses and everything. And our bodies will react to all of the viruses and everything based on the foundation that we have. I get creative when I make my sea moss gel. I add ginger, I add fresh turmeric, I add lemon, and I add garlic. 4 additional things I put in the last batch of sea moss that I've made. You need to become creative too. 8 ounces of sea moss can make a lot of gel. For those of you who want to learn how to make it, direct message me and I'll share the recipe with you. You add whatever you want to add in it. You're not looking for what you call the word. You're not looking for things to always be palatable, but you're looking for it to enhance the value inside your body. So people say to me, oh, what you're eating is so green. So green, dark and green is healthy for my body. And I said to my friend all the time, girl, you looking at color, I'm looking at long life. So the greener it is, the better for me. So ask yourself, what am I eating and why am I eating it? And what's the value my family and I will derive from it? So those are the 3 main questions. Every time you go shopping, I hope to hear my voice over the Aldi's PA saying to you, why are you buying that? What are you going to get from it? What's the value of that as it applies to your health? Kale and cabbage, yes. So, I want you to get your water. Let's do the water therapy. And then we will tie up the conversation over here. Water is energy. And when we do the water therapy, we are actually supercharging the water. What is it we are looking for? Whatever it is we are looking for, what do we desire the water to do for us? I am requesting that this water will go directly to each of my organs and to every system in my body to enhance the way they function. I ask that this water will go throughout my body, seek out any disease that is lurking, and flush it out of my system. I ask that this water will not just physically but spiritually give me all of the benefits that is needed. Welcome, joining for the first time. Grab some water, Queen. We are doing what is called water therapy. After that, please put your first name and where you're joining from and put a blue heart. Welcome, welcome to our family. Grab some water and bless your water. Speak additional energy in your water, whatever it is that you want from your water. Let it be known to the water. Please do that and then come right back. And those who already have done so, put ready in. We will give the new queen some time to come back with her water. Ready? I see one ready. And those of you that's just, I have my water. Okay, speak to your water. Whatever it is you want from it, just bless it. And then we are going to be drinking all together. Okay? And those of you that are new, you can start your journaling practice with your water. So you can track what's going on and see the different improvement in what you're doing and what you're working on. Is Queen Sonia here? Sade, you here? I only see Sophie say ready. I don't see anybody else. Are you guys still here? Or you fell asleep? Are they here? Okay, let's drink. All right, are you ready? Are you doing the water therapy? Okay, let's drink. So it is. Welcome from Uganda. What's your first name? Mine is Daphne. It's a pleasure to meet you. This is not about being thirsty. Hello from Kenya. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so guys, again, I want for you to please share this video and encourage all the people in your different community to begin to eat right. Make sure you're getting full value from the foods that you are eating. I encourage you to go back to basics. Go back to basics. If you forget what basics was for you, put a call into the elders in your family. If you have lost all of the elders in your family, find elders from your friend's family and ask them, back in the days, how you did this and that and the other, and have that conversation so you can glean from their wisdom and their knowledge so you can really impact the way that you begin to feed not only yourself, but your family. Again, I'm Dr. Daphne Clarke-Hudson. I am a spiritual healer. I'm your why and soul purpose coach, consultant, and mentor. And for those who are interested in consulting with me, kindly click on my bit.ly and on my Booksy link, or text me at 203-885-5093. I would love to consult with you and have the very important conversation. So long, guys. I look forward to see you on my next live. Bye.